Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. My name's Larry, if you didn't know. Today's Sunday. I am in Ocala, Florida. I'm on my reset. I'm heading down to Tampa, which this trip here was kind of funky, man. I kind of got set up for failure on this, but stick around, I'll tell you what happened. Alright, so after last weekend, where I was able to spend some time with some dear friends up in Winchester, Virginia, Tuesday morning I went right to work, and had some, I've had a good week. I've had a nice solid week. I've got, let's see, where am I at? 2,600 miles this week, which is good. Anything above 24, I'm pleased. That's like the minimum that I want to hit, so I can get, there's a minimum number that I want to hit each week when it comes to dollars, so 2,400 makes that minimum. Anything above that is a bonus, and I like it. So it all started out great, but then when it comes Thursday, I'm on my way. I wound up going down to Alachula, Florida, for a live load or a live unload. Then I had to go over into Crossover City, Florida, for a live load take up to Knoxville for a Friday morning live unload at a Rural King. Bunch of mulch, big old bunch of mulch. But as I'm arriving at Rural King Friday morning, I have an 11 o'clock appointment. I get a pre-assignment for another live load following this live unload about an hour and a half later, which is about an hour away. Okay, and it was only going like a little puddle jump. Just do the live unload or do the live load and then take it over into Knoxville to our drop lot and drop it as a relay. About maybe a 100-mile total trip to go there and get to the drop lot. Excuse me. And then shortly after I got that pre-assignment, I got another pre-assignment to go back to this town, Loudon, Tennessee that I was in, to pick up a live load. No, it wasn't a live load, it was a preloaded trailer. Pick up a trailer and take it down to Lakeland, Florida, right outside of Tampa. And the original schedule for that was to be, it's going to be a live unload at a Publix down there for 3 o'clock the next afternoon. And mind you, when I'm getting these pre-assignments, right now it's like 11 o'clock Friday morning. And then I got this other live unload or live load. And then I'm supposed to go pick up this preloaded trailer and then travel 650 miles by 3 o'clock the next day. Which, on paper, when it comes to mileage, you can go. But well, these planners are not looking at variables, traffic, time to be unloaded, time to be loaded, things like that. On paper, mileage-wise, probably could have made it. But I voiced my concern then. I was like, listen, I'm not going to be there by 3 o'clock, and it's not going to happen. Because of where I'm from, or where I'm at, I gotta go through Knoxville, Atlanta, Ocala, and Tampa. 4 big clusterfucks on that route, right? So, and the time of day that I'd be going through those times are just really clustered. So I voiced my opinion. So I got a message back later on. Said, okay, we'll push it back to 6 o'clock. I'm like, okay, it's still tight, but probably more doable. So when I go drop off that relay and then I go to pick up this preloaded trailer back in Loudon, Tennessee, for one, the empty lot is just full, so I want to park that trailer wherever I can. But you know how yard jockeys are, they have all their trailers like that far apart. I mean, I'm a big boy. I'm not fitting through a gap to where I can literally put my fist in between and both sides of my fist are touching the trailers. I'm not fitting there. So I try to wave this yard jockey down first. He's got a cigarette hanging out of his mouth saying, hi, he's just going. He just ignored me. Second time, ignored me again. At this point, I'm like, okay, well, at first I'm like, okay, he's busy, he'll come back to me shortly. So so while I'm waiting, I park right there at the trailer that I need pulled out. I need him to pull this trailer out so my big ass can at least reach the landing gear, right? That's all I need. Pull it out 15 feet. Let me then drop it and do your thing. It takes you 1 minute at the most. So anyway, the second time he comes by, he's got a trailer on him. I'm trying to wave him down. Thinking, okay, he's going to pull this trailer off. He's going to go park his trailer and come back and talk to me. I see him coming out to adjust the trailer. I'm trying to wave him down. He just keeps on going. So now, third time, ignoring my ass, not even acknowledging me. I'm pissed. So I sat there for about 25, 30 minutes. So I decided, I haven't seen the guy yet again. So I decided to leave there, go down to the office. But as I'm going down the hill, he's coming up empty. And I'm trying to wave him down, but yet, fourth time, he won't even acknowledge me. I am furious. Don't fucking ignore me, dude. I'm here to pick up your company's product to take it to where it needs to go, okay? Keeping you a job. So I walk into the shipper's office. I'm like, listen, can you talk to your damn yard jockey? They're like, what's going on? I was like, he has ignored me 4 times. I didn't cuss. I remained filtered, but she knew I wasn't pleased. He's ignored me 4 times for what I need him to do. And he's just being an old, grumpy, old man. That's how I finished it. First thing she said was, thank you for cleaning that up for me. She could tell I was upset. Because I'm here to pick up your product. Okay? Get the trailer out for me so I can grab the damn thing and get on the road. So anyhow, she gets him on the radio. First thing it says is, what? You mean that Schneider driver who's trying to get my help? She's like, yeah. He's like, tell him I'll get to him when I have a chance. I'm like, listen, all you have to do is tell me that. Tell me I'm busy. I got to move a few trailers. I'll get to you right as I can. Enough said. Don't fucking ignore me. Anyhow, I get back up there to the where I'm supposed to be sitting. About 5 minutes later, all of a sudden he's not busy anymore. He pulls up to me. He doesn't speak. He just kind of points. Is that the trailer you want? I'm like, yeah, that's the trailer I want. He backs in, hooks up, jacks it up, pulls up at 15 feet, drops it, and goes on. I yell out, "Thank you!" He doesn't acknowledge. He doesn't look at. He's just a mean old grumpy bastard. Is what all he was that day. That's it. So when I get back to the shipping office to get my BOL and all the paperwork, confirm everything that I got the right trailer, the seal, all that jazz. But he's sitting in the office back here doing something, and I talking to this lady. She went, well, hopefully you get a chance to you get to sleep here shortly. I was like, I got about 2 hours left on my clock after losing 2 here, and I heard him kind of say something in the background. But my veins pulsating right here, so I don't even know what he says. I don't care. I just thanked her for being polite. She said, have a great day. She made a joke, well, you got just enough time to get into Atlanta, don't you? I'm like, oh no. I hate Atlanta with a passion. It's my number 1 hated city to drive through. I just don't like Atlanta. So I didn't. But I've lost 2 hours there. I've lost about 3 hours total throughout this, from first drop off to current. So I get down I go about 25 miles. I get on the other side of Knoxville, just to where I get on 75 South, and I pull off to where I'm supposed to get fuel, and I just stay there for the night. So I wake up Saturday morning. I got 628 miles to travel before I get to where I'm supposed to be for this live unload, which is the trailer that's attached to me now. It's still the same load. So I mean, everything's got to go perfect, right? It's got to go perfect. On paper, on Trucker Path, on GPS, it says I should be there by 5:45. And I left about 7 o'clock that morning. So a little over 10 hours after my break, I should be there at 5:45. As long as everything goes smoothly. Going through Atlanta, it's 8 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday. Smooth as it ever was. I wasn't busy. I love it. If I can get Atlanta all the time in that state, wouldn't bother me a bit. So I'm driving. Hardly, a couple construction here and there, the slow ass vehicles here and there, But for the most part, I'm going to make this 640 mile trip in about 10 hours, which was great. 10 and a half hours. Which the way the numbers looked, by the time I got there, I would have had about 45 minutes left on my 11, which is the amount of time you can drive in one 14-hour period. Which, after sitting there, but I also had like an hour extra for my 14. So while I'm sitting there, if they unload me within an hour, I still have time in my day to go to the truck stop, which is about 35 minutes away, and park, and that way do my reset and go back to work tomorrow morning. So I went through Atlanta, I was on the other side of Knoxville, went through Atlanta, no problem, and it's been clear the whole way. I get down to Ocala, hit a wall of traffic. At this point, I've got like 2 hours and 20 minutes left on my 11-hour clock. 13 hours, or 3 hours and 20 minutes on my 14. So I sit in traffic for a few minutes. I get off this exit and I come to this pilot, and I'm doing the math. You know, by the time I get through this traffic, and if it's just a quick cluster to get through, by the time I get down there, I'm going to have maybe 15, 20 minutes left on my 11, which only gives me about an hour left on my 14. So what's most likely going to happen, because I still got to go through Tampa. You just don't know how Tampa traffic's going to be. And at this point, 5 o'clock in Tampa, even on a Saturday, could be... You never want to expire on the interstate. You don't want to expire. You don't want to run out of time on the interstate. So you got to plan accordingly. Or try to anyway. Sometimes you just can't. So I decided to sit here. I called him. I said, listen, I'm not going to make it by 6 because this traffic's slowing down. And even if I do get there in their docks in time, the odds of them getting me unloaded within 35 minutes left on my 14, I would expire in their docks. So remember, you are the only one to protect your license. You're the only ones who protects your safety score. Don't do anything because you feel pressured about a time frame for a load that puts your license and your safety score in danger. If you look bad on a trip because you're being late, so be it. You saved your license, right? You saved your points. You saved your safety score. That's number one. You're the only one who's going to protect your stuff in that point, in that aspect. So that's just a decision you got to make. So anyhow, I let them know this. I went ahead and said, listen, if we can schedule this for Monday morning so I can go ahead, because I was planning on doing my reset right after that trip was unloaded anyway. I was like, listen, I'm in Ocala. I'm an hour and 15 minutes away, which is 115 miles away. If we can just have it schedule this for a Monday morning delivery, I'll go ahead and start my reset. Get off my reset Monday morning, get down and deliver it, and start my new week. Or if need be, we'll do it Sunday morning. Just let me know. Let me know. I want to sit here until you tell me what happens. I said, okay, no problem. We'll send you a message. So I went off duty and slept. Woke up this morning. There was no update with my tablet. There was no message there, no communication. And you've heard me say before, my one biggest complaint with Schneider is the communication problem. I should be able to talk to the planners. I should be able to talk to them directly, let them know what's going on my end. Because all they are, these are just people that just come in, they're on a computer, they say, oh, he's close to this, he's going over here, this many miles, at this estimated average speed. Hey, he can make it. You know, they don't know the variables that we look at and we have to account for out here as driving. So they don't know any better. So it's not their fault. But if we could talk to them, it'd be a lot better, I think. And of course, it's my opinion. But it's the only complaint I've ever really had with Schneider is the communication process. But anyhow, again, just a little bit ago, I contacted somebody else. And now, don't get me wrong. Everything with Schneider when it comes to communication is fine. Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Which is why my schedule is the way it is. I'm a day shift driver, and I usually like taking my reset around Saturday afternoon. That way, if I have any problems during the weekend, I ain't got to deal with after hours or the weekend. Problem is personnel. Just like anywhere else in the world, it's hard to employ people who don't want to work. And the ones you do get, sometimes they just don't care they're not good enough. So, it's not Schneider's fault. It's personnel issue. So, it is what it is. Anyhow, I called again today. I told them the same thing. I went back and I said, let's go back to Thursday. And I let them know step by step of what the hell happened and what was going on. Fortunately, I got a sweetheart today. Sundays are actually a good day because our TLs are usually in there. There's at least one that I know that's in there on a Sunday, and they added themselves to a Sunday schedule because of the weekend weaknesses of the Schneider communication team. So, thankfully, I got a hold of somebody today. Saturday is the worst day to try to get a hold of anybody. But again, that's why I like getting my trip done around Saturday afternoon, going on my reset, and I ain't got to deal with the weekend and none of that crap. So, anyway, I got a hold of someone today and let them know all this stuff that I just told you, and I got an update. So now it's scheduled for tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. to get this live unload. So it's good. Then I'll be off my reset. I got a fresh clock, got a fresh 70, and all that good stuff, and we'll just go on for another week. A little aggravated there towards the end. And when I asked me, like, wow, the why the delay. I just tell them there's impossible dispatch. They probably don't like that. So, but you know what? It's the truth. Use your brain a little bit more. When look at the variables, look at traffic, look at construction, look at the cities that I got to go through to get to the destination. No, well, you know, I still very, 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 very much like Schneider, and I recommend Schneider for anybody coming out. And I like it so well that I may have some big, I'm going to say big 100 times, news coming up here soon. I don't have a final word yet, but once I do, oh, I can't wait to share this with you. It's exciting for me, it's scary for me, nerve-wracking, every emotion you can think of. But I like Schneider so much, I'm going to stay with him, but maybe on another realm. So anyway, hope you guys enjoy the video. I hope you got a kick out of my little story. But thank you so much for watching and the support. Hey, y'all have a good one. Leave me some comments down below. We'll talk about them.